Oof, it is really early, but we're back on the Party Pontoon 2.0 and we have a pretty exciting episode. I found someone to build my upper deck. It's not going to be the collapsible upper deck that I was talking about. It's going to be a stationary one, but it's going to look very modern and I think it's going to look really cool. I found someone to build that, so this episode is a lot of prepping because we have to take it over to him and kind of leave it with him while he builds it. That way he gets all the measurements right and everything. So that's the main focus of this episode. We gotta bolt a lot of stuff down, like all the seating and the console, and just make sure everything is ready to go for the whole trip and everything is kind of out of the way for him. That's one of the main focuses. And also, when I rebuilt this trailer, I accidentally installed these shackles upside down, so they need to be flipped the other way. I need to work on that too because we're showing this trailer. Now the reason it's so early and the reason I'm out here so early is I need to get this trailer ready to go because I'm actually possibly buying another pontoon and I need my trailer to go get it because this one doesn't come with a trailer. So that is why I'm up really early and I'm gonna fix this trailer and get ready to go so I can go pick up this other pontoon. I'll probably take you guys with me and show you guys how I get the pontoon and show you guys it. I don't know if I'm gonna do a build series on it, but I'll show you guys what it looks like and try to get your guys' idea, see if we wanna do something cool to it. It's just a really good deal and I've been looking for another one that kind of runs currently, or almost runs. Yeah, well, I'll show you guys it when we get to it. But right now I need to get this trailer going and head there because I need to be there in about 2 hours if I want to get this deal. So enough talking, let's go and get this boat unloaded and then bring the trailer back here, get it all ready, get the stuff swapped, and then head out. Update, I made it like a mile after the boat ramp before this tire blew and then this one got messed up. So I had to do a little trimming. I found new tires about a mile away, and then I had to go find a Harbor Freight, and I did all this within like an hour 15, which is probably a new record. I think it is. So I'm back on the road. I will update you when I'm home or if I'm broke down again. Let's hope for home. Doing a little voiceover right here because you couldn't really hear me very well in my truck, but I'm just talking about what's going on at the current moment. So I'm about halfway home, and I looked in my rearview mirror, noticed that the bimini tops were sagging a lot more than they were when I left. So I pulled over, got out, looked at them, and noticed that they were really ripped and starting to tear up. So I was a little annoyed by that. So I just decided to fold them down all the way and then continue on. Hopefully they'll be somewhat savable. Maybe I might have to replace the front one or the rear one or something. So I started driving for about 10 more miles, and I noticed someone flagging me down on the left-hand side, and he was pointing back. So I look backwards, and I see my front bimini top just fly off, the whole frame and everything. So I was like, oh no. I was worried I was going to hit someone, but luckily no one was behind me. So I pull over, go look at it, see if it's savable, and it's completely crushed. It's not savable at all. So just talking about how annoying it was because it looked like it was in good shape, but apparently it was pretty old and it wasn't going to last much longer, especially on a 100-mile road trip. So I'm just talking about how annoyed I am with it, and I'm just ready to get home because it's been a long day and a bunch of stuff's been happening. And usually I would come a lot more prepared, but I had to leave super early and I forgot a lot of stuff. So it's just, I'm ready to get home. But I'm about 50 minutes away at this point, so it should be an easier drive the rest of the way home, and just annoyed. That's all I really am at the moment. Well, I finally made it home yesterday. I went straight inside and just sat on my couch because I was pretty exhausted, but I learned a lot. Some good things, some bad things. All of it is really good to learn, I guess. One of the major things is weight distribution. I kind of bent my trailer a little bit because I did not distribute this weight evenly. I moved the boat too far forward, and I can't really move it further back with my whole trailer setup because it's set up for my other boat, so it's not really something I can help. But all the weight was really in the front, so it was like kind of bending the whole tongue of the trailer. Not too bad where it's gonna mess that up, but enough where it was creating like a lot of drag on the actual trailer itself, and it was making all the suspension really low. And I think I need a triple axle if I'm gonna run this trailer for my other boat, because my other boat's gonna be just as heavy as this one by the end of it. So, but I made it home. I only blew 2 tires, or really only blew 1, and then the other one got messed up because the whole bunk system right here was actually digging into it. So I had to cut that off, and I'll end up painting over that so it doesn't rust. It's kind of weird that they put a mount right here. I'm not really sure what's up with that. But we did learn a lot, and we're gonna need a beefy trailer for this pontoon. But you guys don't even know anything about this pontoon yet. This is a 2006 Bennington Tritoon. Bennington's one of the topper line brands. It's probably not like the very top, but it's definitely one of the best of the brands of pontoon boats. Never owned one, but I know that they are not cheap. This was used for a rental boat over on the east coast of Florida, as you can tell by the shells and stuff on it. It smells pretty bad right now. It smells like dead fish. So we're gonna be cleaning this up though and going through it. But let me give you guys a tour of it. This is 22 foot long. The pontoons are in pretty good shape. The only thing major is this right here is bent. I think I could fix that though with a little bit of heat and a hammer. Same thing over here, got a little dented. But other than that, there's really no dents on it because it's like really beefy. It has like these lifting strikes on it, on all the pontoons, even the center tune. So it can probably move in the water pretty fast with a big motor on it. And speaking of motors, this doesn't have one. I kind of knew that going into it. Not a big deal. We can find another motor for it. This was a good deal, so I wasn't really too concerned about it. I'll talk a little bit more about the motor in a little bit, but first let's give you a tour of the inside, because that's the best part. Here's the inside. Really nice, right? All these seats are in really good shape. I'll show you guys the worst parts about them. The worst part is right here. You can see it's starting to get a little sun faded and a little soft right here. It has a little tear. But other than that, it's pretty good shape. I think there is one more tear behind or underneath the bimini top. I think that's it though. Everything else is in really awesome shape. Don't know if all the gauges work because I can't really test it without the motor and all the battery sucked up, so we'll have to do a little bit more research into that. Nothing in the seats. The radio works. He told me the radio works because radio's new and everything. Sits probably 12 people comfortably. Nice little sun deck area right here. But this is like the main reason why I bought this, because it doesn't really need much. It just needs a motor, and then you can start driving it as is. It's gonna need a little bit of love though. A couple little things like the gates need some work to it. I have new hinges for that though. I have some extra ones. Same thing with that hinge and this one. All those need replaced. Obviously new controls for the motor and everything. Steering is hydraulic, so we'll have to get into that, see if we want to go hydraulic again or if we want to go just the long cord thing. It originally came with the bitumen tops, but like I said, it kind of ruined on the drive back, which I'm very upset about. I don't really want to talk about it. Yeah, so it needs new bitumen tops, probably the frames and everything. Definitely the frame for the front, because it's all gone. It makes me sad, because those were in good shape. At least it seemed like it. Lastly is the fencing. The fencing's pretty beat up, to be expected for a rental boat, but it looks like it has been replaced before, because usually whenever they replace the fencing, they'll cut this bottom lip out and then just use a plate and screw it in, because it makes it a lot easier to take this paneling off. So if I end up rebuilding this on the channel, I'll probably show you guys how to do that. Not really sure if I want to yet. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see a quick rebuild on this. I don't think it will take very long, and it might be kind of fun. They told me that the motor that they took off of this was a 175 Suzuki. I might be a little bit hard to find another one of those. You know, higher powered 4-strokes are not cheap and not easy to find right now. So what I was thinking was taking my 115 Suzuki that I have on my other pontoon and putting it on here, mainly because a lot of people complain that that's going to be really underpowered for my boat, since it's a little bit bigger than this and going to be weighing a little bit more. I was thinking about doing that, and also I'm not going to be having the boat driving for another few months until it's done. So I was thinking about putting it on a boat that's pretty much ready to go out. So I just think that's the best way to do it. So let me know what you guys think, if I should do that or not. Even with all the flaws and the missing bitumen tops and the ripped up top, I think it was a good deal for $5,000, a 2006 Bennington with pretty much brand new seats and pretty much everything's ready to go besides a motor. I think it was a good deal. And just to put that in perspective, I paid $2,000 for my boat, my 24-foot, and it was just a Bentley, and it didn't have a tri-tune, and then the tri-tune alone for my boat cost $4,000, and this whole boat cost $5,000 with already the tri-tunes built. Yeah, I think it was a good deal. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, if it was a good deal or not. And if you want to see this thing be rebuilt. I think it'll be kind of a fun little couple episode series. How to do like the simple stuff, make your boat look brand new again. I think that'll look cool. Also, side note, these ratchet straps are really dope and they help my boat out a lot since it's really crooked on my trailer and I couldn't fix it over there. So it was nice to have. These are called strapinos. They like self-roll up inside this thing. Nice to have. I've been using them for a while and I really like them. If you guys are looking for one, I recommend those Strapino. The next step for this is to find another trailer, since this is my trailer for my other boat. It's not going to work for this one. I have this other trailer. I know it's not going to work because it's too skinny and it's only a single axle. You need at least a double axle for this boat. Maybe even a triple axle, who knows. Yeah, I had this one thinking it was going to work, but it's not going to work, so I'm just going to fix it up and sell it again. I bought it just for the stairs on this trailer. That's the only reason I bought this, because it had matching stairs. So next step is to take this boat off the trailer. I have new bump stops I'm going to put on the trailer that have light up LEDs in them, just like you guys suggested. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Match the rest of the bunks. Also, I'm going to load up my boat, take all the seats off. I thought about leaving them on and screwing them all down when I take them over to get the upper deck rebuilt, but I was kind of worried about sparks flying and it's going to like burn holes in them. I'm just kind of paranoid of that happening. So I'm just going to take them out, store them in my garage for however long the boat's there, and I think it'll be easier for him to build the upper deck without all that stuff in the way. So that's the plan for that. That's up next. Let me know what you guys think about this boat, and let's do it. All right, the boat is taken apart and also kind of put together. A lot of different things going on, but it's ready to go and get the upper deck rebuilt. Installed these new bump stops from gatorback.com, installed the LED lights in them. They look really cool. Didn't have a picture of it at night because I was kind of busy that night, but I'll get a video of that when they're actually in use. I think it's gonna show up really cool, and I like these a lot better than carpet. You can see how much carpet tears, and also the carpet likes to scratch up this trim, and these don't scratch it up at all, so that makes it really nice. Another thing you may have noticed is I actually fixed a weld right here. I think that was the reason why this trailer was bending so much, is this weld broke from the weight of the other trailer because it was off-centered so much. So I think that fixed a lot of the problem right there. It's still bent up a little bit, so I'm going to do a little bit more modification before this boat is put back together and all the weights on it. Also, I'm still planning to add another axle because I think that's going to help with the weight distribution a lot. If you guys have any advice on that, I would love to hear it. I never added an axle to a trailer, but I think it definitely needs it for this. And I still want to use this trailer for this boat because it's already somewhat built for it. I'm taking the boat tomorrow to the guy who's going to build my upper deck, and I'll post some pictures on my Instagram if he sends me them like mid-build. I don't know how long it's going to be there, but I'm assuming for at least a month. You know, it takes a while to build this stuff, so I'm not really too concerned about it. I got plenty of more projects to work on, like this other boat. As for this project, you know, a lot of stuff has happened. I'll probably talk about more in upcoming videos if that's something you guys want to see or interested in. I think it's going to be a fun little quick build. I'm definitely naming it the Cursed Project because a lot of bad stuff has happened to it, and we'll tell you more about that in the next episode about it. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching and giving me advice when I need it and kind of just being there for me. So thank you guys so much. I will catch you in the next episode. Bye.